What's up? How's it going? What's up, Minato and Zombie? Hopefully, you've all had a great, weekend. And I'm definitely glad to be here. I know I was here on Sunday, but last night we had maintenance, and I was actually not up to date on my details, and I thought the Fallout 76 Wastelanders DLC was actually coming out today or last night, and it turns out it's actually been delayed till next week, so obviously won't be doing any of that till next week. Also this weekend will be some Final Fantasy VII Remake, Thursday night, kind of like Friday morning, I guess you could say. You know, as soon as it drops, I'm gonna be here playing it, and I can't wait to do that. But today, almost a day later, but it's okay. We have the Relic weapon, to my understanding, from what I've read today and seen a little bit. Not any spoilers. I just, if you ever follow Miani videos, he actually dropped one earlier, a guide. And it's not a spoiler guide, it's a guide as to where to go. Basically, it's just everything that's within the patch notes. So, I just looked into that today to see what I would have to do and what potentially this would be like. And again, I don't know what exactly to expect other than knowing that there's a trial and doing a little bit of story to get the Relic weapon tonight. So I'm excited to do that, and hopefully that goes well. I'm gonna try my best to get to some Roulette as well. Still trying to work on gearing this little guy up a little bit farther, and also doing my Beast Trap quest still before I get out of here. But hopefully you've all have been doing well, and I've been reading the chat a little bit there, and I'm glad to hear that you're starting to feel better, Minato. That's definitely awesome. And Rez, what's up? Glad you could make it, Rez. And again, hopefully everybody that wasn't here Sunday night had a good weekend, and to everybody, hopefully you had a good, what is today, Tuesday? Was it Tuesday? Tuesday. It's Wednesday now, but still. So let's go ahead and get some things started here. I'm gonna start off doing my usual run to the gold saucer. If I'm fast enough, I can actually try my best to get there to do the gate, which I probably missed, depending on what it is. I potentially have either missed it or I've got 4 minutes left. Think I'm going to like this quest. It was a lot of fun. I'm really hoping so. I've been looking forward to it today, definitely. I know a lot of you said that this would probably be a Relic weapon tier that I would actually be into, so I've been keeping that in mind and being optimistic about it today, and really trying to just like look forward to doing it. Hopefully it's the original Leap of Faith. It is. Good deal. Trying to hurry up and get in there before it's over with. And then after that, I'm not going to delay too much. I'm going to get right into the Relic weapon stuff. And I'll probably do the Beast Trap quest while waiting on Roulette, and so to speak with that. We'll see how it goes. Also, trying to level up the Gunbreaker some as well, so may be doing a little bit of the Roulette with the Gunbreaker also. We'll see how it goes as we go. Did this person really die? No, they're playing dead. Part of me wanted to offer a resurrection, but it's impossible in here. Which also, I believe it's impossible to die. Which was merely and mostly why I was so baffled. Huh. What's this about? It's a ruse, that's what it's about. think. Yep, just a ruse. I think it got everybody as well. So Rez, I watched that death, what was it, death battle between Goro and Machamp. I won't give any spoilers to anybody that wants to check that out that follows over on the Discord channel. Rez shared a pretty, funny video on there. I'd never actually, watched any of those death battle videos before. It was actually really enjoyable. After I watched that one, I actually watched quite a few. Needless to say, though, I was definitely surprised that I like how they go through the math and the statistics between things before they just ultimately just put their favorites to the test and see who would win. I think that's why it actually glued me to the show a little bit, the longer I started to watch it and the few episodes that I actually watched. But, yeah, it's definitely not a biased show as far as having favorites or characters that you would honestly think would win, and then just they don't. I don't know. It really blew my mind. It was a crazy eye-opener for sure. Make sure I'm not missing out on anything over here. Oh, wow. I actually got the Gilded tonight. Did I miss any over there? I actually have no idea. I've got every single one of them. Wow. 3 silver, 6 bronze. I completed them all tonight. Wow, that's something I rarely do. Okay, cool. I got every single one of them. 4,000 MGP. Nice. That's the first time where I actually had the incentive to get the Gilded. Usually I think it's a trap and I just avoid it. Just in time. So, I've been wanting, like, if you watch and follow me on my vlogs here on YouTube, you would have known that recently, I've already seen it. If you followed the streams for a while, I talked about it when I went and watched it in theaters. But I watched The Rise of Skywalker in theaters. But recently, I bought the Blu-ray and watched that again today. Finally, after having it for a few days, and oh my god, it's so good. There was something I noticed at the very end that I never noticed, which I'm not gonna talk about it too much now. I feel like it's still pretty fresh. Probably still a lot of people haven't seen it. But I noticed something tonight that blew my mind. And, oh man, I've been so giddy about it. Don't really have much people to talk to about it either. Just because it's still technically in spoiler territory. Not to mention, at this point, with everything we've got going on, a lot of people aren't really having the opportunity to see it. But man. You did agree on Gordo versus the Machamp fight? I feel ya. You can actually tell, yeah, there's like a little thing the whole time you're running through it that tells you how many Gilded, bronze and silver there are throughout the whole thing. Ooh, and at 10,000, nice. 360, 180, and then 10,000. Pretty good run tonight as far as MGB goes. One of the things that makes me happy about doing this is this actual weapon, is it like 480, 490? I haven't looked into it that far, so don't hate me for it, but, sorry, it's just, I got caught up. I started looking at all my gear here. But yeah, is it actually like 480 or 490? Anyway, it's got to be better than the weapon I've already got, which is one of the things that makes me excited. And I already know it's in Kugane, so I'm going to head there now. But yeah, Rez, as far as the Goro Machamp thing, honestly could agree as well. Like, if you put it to me in Hansa, I would say no. But, like I said, the way they do the math, the way they break things down, the way they construct strengths, versus, like, just appearances, man, when they break it down like that, it's like, wow. That was really nice fun, how the animation looked as well. You could tell they took a lot of animation from Pokken, and then also a lot of, obviously, older animation for Mortal Kombat to, you know, so it wouldn't make the Pokken graphics look very bad. It looked like they were using, like, possibly late PS2 mods for Goro, or possibly early PlayStation 3. It was really hard to gist, and I know that it was like kind of custom as well. You could kind of see it in like a little bit of both of them there, but my goodness, it was so good. The weapon is 485. Okay, awesome. You want friends to do it with? Is it like a friend optional thing? From what I've read, it seems very solo-esque. Until you beat the first part, then you can do it with your friends. I think you actually have to do the first part of it by yourself. I could be wrong. Could verily be 100% wrong, but from what I've read and looked into, it seems like the first part of it and the first bit's all by yourself. Bayonetta versus Dante. I need to watch that one. That one sounds good. I watched quite a few today. I watched the Mario versus Sonic. I watched Leonardo versus the Red Ranger. I watched, Kirby versus Majin Buu. I feel like that was another one that I watched. I watched a few, though. Okay, I have actually no idea where to go. I know that it's here somewhere. Is this it? Hail to the Queen! Yeah, that's it. So, go to the markets. Yes. Best part about their videos? Yeah, it's very true. From what I've seen anyway. I mean, I'm no expert on their content. It was the first I actually watched anything of them. They remind me of those older, like, fan-made, I can't remember. I've been trying to remember for years. There was this, like, a whole Mortal Kombat fan base animation group that used to do all these hilarious Mortal Kombat videos, and I can't seem to remember the name. I've been really wanting to revisit those, especially, going through this Mortal Kombat phase, playing so much Mortal Kombat 11. You know, I've beat the story now. Now I'm just like grinding to get skins, but there are so many different skin and customization abilities that you can actually utilize in Mortal Kombat 11, and the crypt is so immersive that it's just like so easy to just spend like 2 hours. Like I had a plan to watch Star Wars The Last Night and ended up playing like almost 2.5 to 3 hours of Mortal Kombat. And that was just grinding through the Towers of Tom, the towers, the crypt, and customizing characters. So I don't know where Tom went. You're iffy on the Kirby versus Boo? I feel ya. Burn Kirby into candy and eat him? You'd have to watch the video again. To be honest, they did very well with it. As far as like one of the things that they even hit in the thing was like they mentioned like some people would say like couldn't Majin Buu just like teleport out of like something that Kirby was about to do. But if you follow actually like they said in Kirby's lore versus like Dragon Ball Z lore with the Majin Buu, like he couldn't always block every move. You know, sometimes he just like he would sit there and he'd have to hold it off. So, as much as I want to disagree with it, and it feels so silly to say it, but I could understand. The other one I watched was Mask versus Deadpool. That was the other one that I watched tonight. And, gosh, as much as I hated to agree with that when I was in the same boat. Like, I know a lot of people, they even said it in their video, you know, just got under the Deadpool bandwagon. A lot of people didn't even know who he was until Ryan Reynolds donned the role of Deadpool. in like the live action film, and then memes galore went out there, and you know, a lot of his fandom came from the video games. But like, if you actually follow a lot of Deadpool stuff, like it made a lot of sense as far as that goes, you know, as well. And then you've just got the Mask, who is just basically a Looney Tune character, which I never thought of, referencing something that they said in their videos. It was bewildering for sure. Okay, let's go ahead and get this started. Judging by the look of relief on Kaiton's face, you have saved him a great deal of time. My lord, what an auspicious timing. I added in there, but nonetheless, I intended to send a missive to the Rising Stones, but it seems that it's no longer necessary. Master Hancock wishes to speak with you regarding a matter of grave import. I can but imagine what other duties yet demand your attention. Still, he would request you meet him at the Ruby Bazaar at your earliest convenience. Okay, it's just like right over here. No need to teleport or anything, just get a little runski. Mask is a cartoon, so it makes him OP. Yeah, like I said, in the reference that they used, he's basically a Looney Tune character. You know, you can just like pull something out of thin air, just decide that he doesn't want to take damage if he doesn't want to. Where Deadpool, be that as he may, has a exponentially good regenerative abilities. He can teleport, you know, there's like so many different parts of his canality that he could have like pulled out of the hat with the guy. His canality is all over the place, you know? But you know, they stuck to the core roots of things, which is understandable because there's not really much they can branch off from with the Mask, so keeping it core is, you know, something I've noticed that they do pretty much in, you know, keeping it linear with every, you know, one of the battles that I watched, which was only like 5 or 6, and, you know, that was really cool. But yeah, that was a thing that they just like pointed out right off the bat as quirky, crazy, regenerative, and everything else gone through that Deadpool does in his manic self and craziness. I mean, again, the Mask is basically just a Looney Tune character and can just decide what is real and what isn't to his own whimsical ability and notion, really. I mean, it's just like, oh, you know, do I want to be shot or do I want to eat these bullets and shoot them back out at you? It's just wacky. No need to read what that guy says. He said the same thing ever since the first time we talked to him in Stormblood. I don't think he changes. And so he returns at last from what Tataru has told me. You've come rather a long way, to put it mildly. And while the signs remained locked in slumber, she sought aid from all the corners of the realm. In fact, it was I to whom she first turned when searching for a champion to assist her in your absence. Though, as you have no doubt surmised, I did not call you here to discuss such matters. I have received word from Lord Hien that the Bozan resistance, our comrades in the Eastern Alliance, seek the aid of distinguished heroes in their fight against the Empire, and naturally your name immediately sprang to mind. The Bozan Resistance, you say? I didn't realize they were part of the Eastern Alliance. Let's go with that one. Indeed, though the city-state has long since fallen to Garlean machinations, the remnants have agreed to join the cause, and with the Empire now in disarray, they would seize the opportunity to fight back. If you would know the details in full, I think it best you speak with Lord Hien. His endless list of commitments makes him a hard man to find, however, so perhaps you can have one of his attendants at the House of the Fierce track him down for you. Sounds good. Yeah, exploding dynamite was fun. Yeah, and you know, again, just gleaning back not just to the film, but they even did it in that fight. It was just like, he straight up eats bullets and just like shoots them back at people. Like, doesn't even eat the bullets, just like they go into him, and he just like sucks them in and just like Kirby's them back out at somebody. I mean, he's a mess, for sure. See, I would be pretty biased with that. Like, I haven't played all the Devil May Cry. I've only played the older, none of the newer. And I've never actually played Bayonetta either, so I could watch the fight, but my opinion on the whole matter would be more biased than anybody's, honestly. I automatically think just because the animation that they could use between the two would be phenomenal, and it'd probably look great, and that's something that I'd be interested in, but as far as, you know, what would be right or wrong or canon or non-canon, I'd literally be just relying on facts that they had alone. I never played Bayonetta. I've been very, isn't there like a remaster or something like that coming out soon? I can't remember. I heard some kind of Bayonetta news not that long ago, but I can't remember what it was into regard to what they were actually talking about with it. Needless to say that I've never actually played Bayonetta though. It was a great fight though, you will admit. That's cool. Bayonetta was written to be OP. One that I would like to see that they could do would just, you know, if they're pulling, you know, if they could pull some Square Enix characters into there, like a good Noct versus like 2B. I think that would be that'd be a good fight. Like Noct with his teleportation, 2B with her like whole like she can just like collapse herself and put herself back together. She can like do her stream thing. He can call upon summons. It's just like that would be a good fight, you know, especially if they brought in her like other machinery that she can call forth and such. That would be a good one. Really, really broken. Also, Devil May Cry 5 made him even stronger. Really? I've only played like the first 3 Devil May Cry, to be honest with you. I haven't played 4 or 5 or the reboot, so again, to anything in any extent, my knowledge is for either one is just it's not very good. They have similar abilities, really. Greetings, good sir. Lord Hien has been expecting you. When word reached us from the Belgian resistance, Lord Hien knew at once there was one man to whom he could turn. He left to the coattails not long ago. The view of Doma Castle helps him, or helps calm his mind. This way, if you please. Do I teleport, or do I really gotta follow him? Oh wow, that's way out there. Okay. What up, Sith? How's it going, Tim? This way is hop the broken bridge. he will be most glad for your arrival. Kentucky. Hello, what's up? Thanks for popping in over on Twitch. How's it going? A little tired, but you're all right. I'm doing okay. Do you remember when we first shared a view of this castle together? Still under the Garlean control, perhaps? Yet, for all their wickedness, its beauty would not be so easily sullied. I'm doing good, Kentucky. Thank you for asking. It's good to see you, my friend. You must forgive me for foregoing pleasantries, but our guest here is in dire need for your help. Marsak of the Boljan Resistance. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. As you have no doubt already heard from Lord Hien, my people seek to reclaim our homeland from the Empire. Under the auspice that the Azorzian Alliance, we aim to do just that. However, we recently received word that the 4th Imperial Legion has been making plans of their own. It has long held the provinces of Nangsha, Dalmasca, and Bolja in an iron grip, using its Dalmascan headquarters to house the bulk of its forces. Until recently, that is. They appeared to be diverting resources and the manpower to their forces stationed in Bolja. In fact, 3 battalions are en route as we speak. We thought perhaps to strike before they can carefully assemble, but the Belgian resistance lacks the means to drive them off on its own. Aid from the Dalmascan resistance groups may have sufficed. Sadly, even Fran of Lynette's Tears has been unable to bring an end to their infighting. All hopes is not lost, however, for Lord Hien has made a most intriguing proposal. An idea not my own, I must confess. We have our friend Gutsetsu to thank. Where is Gutsetsu? What's he up to? As the Empire enlightened its grip on Doma, our people were at the crossroads. Would they lay it down and surrender, or stand up and fight? You've left me a little confused, but okay. You sought me out, that I could become the spark that lit the fire of rebellion. The same must be done for the Belgians. They require a standard under which they can rally, a symbol of hope to still them for what is to come. Steer, sorry. Lacking a living figurehead such as our Lord Hien, my comrades and I looked to our nation's past for inspiration. There we found the answer we sought. Ganilder's Blades. Yeah, that name's a mouthful, okay. They were the elite guard of the Queen Gulnadir, possessed of weapons blessed by the gods. Their exploits would become legend after defending our people against the Elegants in the 3rd Astral Era. The strength of their steel was matched only by their dedication to the Queen. Should one lose their life in her service, their holy blade was then passed on to a successor. In time, their title would lend itself to the most renowned of their weaponry, The gunblade, but in truth, each member of her guard was master of a unique weapon. Though these sacred relics have been lost to time, I would see them forged anew. Armed thus, our people would know no fear, and drive back our oppressors just as Queen Gunnvor did, the Elegants. An admittedly lofty and otherwise unattainable goal for one such as I, which is why I have traveled far and wide in search of great minds and greater heroes who might lend us their aid. We would be honored to have one of your renown at our side. We value the Bojans' commitment to the castle, and I would see their plans come to fruition. Unfortunately, duty demands that I remain here. I could not, in good conscience, leave knowing the Empire yet threatens the border of the Alamigo. Should you choose to accompany him to Boja, I might ask that you also act as representative of the Eastern Alliance in my stead. Leave it to me. I'll do what I can. You kidding? You gonna just stand there and not say anything? Looks that way. Thank you, my friend. Is there aught else you require of the Eastern Alliance? You need only ask. Safe travels to you both. Oh, looks like she's gonna say something. Or not. She just... Okay. There's somebody in here, somewhere. An airship to our base has been prepared for us at the Enclave's dock. I hope to see you there soon. Good materia. Okay. You've got my attention. Marsak is ready to depart. When you have finished your preparations, meet me at the dock, and we can be on our way. To the dock. I don't exactly know what dock, but there's a dock, and I gotta be there. To the far south of here. Well, alright. Okay, got her tongue. Hey, thank you so much for the subscription. Definitely appreciate it. It actually surprised me a lot. I haven't heard that in a little bit, so hearing the hearing the alert go off kind of scared me. But so thank you for the subscription over on Twitch. was a jump scare. It kinda was. For me, anyway, I was just like so into this, and then all of a sudden hearing that sound, it just took me for a second. Couldn't I just travel to the Domin Enclave? Why did they make me... Whatever, it's all good. All good. Always loved this theme. It's been a long time since I've been here. Coming aboard, sir. Let's go to Gangos. Gangos. Hey! You're getting nod for approval. Thank you so much for the bits, Minato. The right time to do it then. Yeah, it definitely caught me off guard, for sure. Ooh, I like this theme already. Is there any word that you can get this orchestration role? If so, I need details. Like, this is perfect for homes. That we should play host to the Liberator of Doma and Alamigo himself. I did not think you could be persuaded to help us. Okay, give me a second. I've got to just look at this name for a second and bear with me on the pronunciation of it all. Basaljan. Basaljan. Leader of the Bojin Resistance. Not the best choice for the job, if I'm to be frank, but I will bear the title all the same. Bloody hells, man. You won't inspire much confidence speaking like that. You're quite right, Master Geralt. While you're here, won't you come and welcome our guest? Huh. What in the seven hells are you doing here? Well, yep, long time no see. Yours yes, greatest hero, and her finest blacksmith. With the two of you here, our plan is sure to succeed. With that Queen Gunildir, we're here to witness this. He's much more enthusiastic than them. Oi, Tonberry. Just between us, I'm only here to pay off me debts to that black-hearted snake, Rowena. She's been selling supplies to the Resistance, and they happened to mention they were in need of a smithy. So she went and told him I'm the greatest bleeding smithy in the realm, with the skills that put Bregot himself to shame. Can't rightly say I'm even half of what she claimed, but I'll do my damnedest. They're happy to ply me with good grub and even better booze. So, Play along, will you? Whatever. Now that you're both here, I believe it's time our plan be made clear. Masija. Yes, of course, our goal is to reforge the weapons wielded by Gundir's blades. Simple in principle, less so in execution. The weapons themselves and most of the text denoting the history of Her Majesty and her guard were lost to the devastation of the Fourth Umbral Calamity. That said, we have managed to obtain certain pieces of information, and coupled with Master Geralt's knowledge and expertise, we have made great strides in reproducing these vaunted blades of Eld. We've worked out the manner of weapons they wielded, their shape and weight, even the materials needed for reforge. But we've learned a bugger about what gives them spirit. It is said Queen Gunnar's etched a holy inscription into each blade, thus granting them the power of the gods. Unfortunately, no records of any such engravings remain, but there is still hope. Though not but pale imitations, there once existed replicas which may very well have borne these inscriptions. Alas, they were lost when Buja Citadel fell. Do you know of the Buja incident? Well, no. It sounds vaguely familiar. Yes, I do, though admittedly, I do not recall it in detail. We'll go with the top one because I don't know. A bitter chapter in our history, for it would mark the end of Buja as we knew it. 15 summers past, the Garleans were conducting experiments. Jeepers, that definitely caught me off guard. Thank you so much for all the bits, Tim. That was loud. And thank you so much, Sith, for also becoming a member on YouTube. I definitely appreciate that. That was really awesome, Sith. Has anyone done the trial yet? I have not, Riz. Does he have a unique Fury face? Kinda looks like Final Fantasy X. Whew. By the end of this stream, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Okay, I'll start this over really quick. 15 summers past, the Garleans were conducting experiments seeking means to make contact with the lesser moon Dalamon. They believed the satellite to be possessed of immense power, and a lunar transmitter was erected in the hopes of harnessing it. But when the transmitter was activated and the signal sent, Delamode responded with an immense blast of raw energy. The destruction wrought defiled reckoning. Defied, but, you know, it's okay. The Citadel. The relics of Queen Gunnar's kingdom. Naught was left but smoke and ash. Hope ain't lost yet, though. The Citadel's been wiped off the bloody map high. But there's still a way for us to find those inscriptions, or so I've been told. An explanation better left to one far more knowledgeable than I. Hey, Minato. Thank you so much for the bits. Still wondering how hard it is? I'm about to find out for sure. She looked familiar. Watched the video on the first half, and it seemed okay. That's cool. Mikoto. "'Tis good to see you again, Tonberry, though I had hoped to accomplish more before your arrival." "Wait, don't tell me your name is. I'm sure your help will be as invaluable now as it was aboard the Prima Vista." I want to go with this one. But it seems rude. But this also does. Let's just go with this. "Have I truly left so little an impression? It is I, Mikoto, of House Jinba. Do you not recall our journey together to Rabanastre?" I do, but I didn't want to say the whole... I don't know, the other one just seems so mean. But now I feel mean for not remembering. This be the ride of the jump scare. The knot. Who is she? "From the onset of our endeavor, it was abundantly clear that one versed in etherology would be essential. We relayed this to the Alliance, who then introduced us to Mikoto. She is said to be one of the most brilliant minds among the students of Baldism. And it is my ineptitude that demands your presence here. I was all but certain that Geralt and I alone would suffice in this, alas. The matter she speaks of concern a long-forgotten practice of the holy men who once inhabited these lands utilizing uniquely aspected crystals. These seers were able to provide succor for those with elements of the mind. They possess the ability to shape their very memories, removing those deemed harmful, and replace them, that the patient may find some semblance of peace. Mind manipulation. I too dismiss the notion that the practices could exist. That is, until a recent excavation unearthed compelling evidence of their work. The crystals, we believe, were used in their healing. Unfortunately, we were unable to discern how they are meant to be used. It was at this juncture that we petitioned for Mikoto's assistance. Well, lass, made any progress? My initial analysis suggests that the crystals were artificially created at some point in the distant past. The materials used suggest were most likely produced by the ancestral peoples of this area. What's more, their etherical signature is strikingly similar to the oscillatory activity of brainwaves, which, when made to resonate with the distinct frequency in RR type, harmonic vibrations of an individual's... I've done it again, haven't I? Confused everybody. I think a simpler approach is in order... Every living being is compromised of corporeal ether of the flesh, incorporeal ether of the soul, and the ethereal residue of their memories. Were one to be possessed of only corporeal energy, or ether, they would be but a walking corpse. Conversely, entities compromised of only incorporeal ether are referred to in layman's terms as ghosts. In either case, they may also retain some of their residual memories. Zombies and ghosts. I follow. These crystals are able to oscillate and resonate with the ethereal signature of memories. This allows the seers to probe the minds of their patients. That's all well and good, lass, but what if their mind ain't what it used to be? Or they was too deep in their cubs to remember what you're looking for? An excellent question, Master Gerald. We were all possessed of two types of memory, explicit and implicit. As their name suggests, explicit memories refer to an active resemblance of previous experiences, while implicit memories are acquired and stored passively. For example, when making new acquaintance, their appearance will become part of your explicit memory, allowing you to recall that information should a great deal of time pass without meeting. However, such recollection can prove difficult. Yet in that moment, your mind also takes record of the sounds and smells of the location, the temperature, and so on. Perhaps a demonstration would better explain this phenomenon. Without a seer? Don't we need some sort of spell? Thankfully, that will not be necessary. When I was first told of the seers and their practices, I was immediately reminded of your ability to peer into the past, the Echo. I believe these people were blessed with the same gift, and it is for that reason they were chosen to serve as seers. Though I too am possessed of the Echo, I lack the ability to peer into the past as you do, and thus have been unable to wield the power of these crystals. That's why we called ye here. Until now, I could do naught but posit theories. With your help, however, I may now put them to the proof. And you, Master Gerald, shall be my first test subject. Surprise, surprise! What up, Steven? How's it going? Mind refiguration, easier said than done. Zombie Olafil. Thornberry, I would like you to recall the last time you experienced the Echo. Concentrate on that feeling. Master Gerald, I need you to recall a memory of the past. It may be anything you like. You better not go poking around in there, digging up something unsavory like. You hear, lass? Please, Master Gerald, focus. That's some sort of crystal. Looks more like a totem. Sounds in water. It's a fishing excursion. Fall off a boat. This is the most unexpected. For reasons I cannot yet explain, it appears the Echo has allowed me to accompany you into his memory. You're a skilled smith, Gerald. There's no denying that. But you hold money about as well as your liquor. Well, what bloody good is money if you can't spend it? A man has to live a little, Rowena. Aye, and it wouldn't hurt for a man to use his head neither. With all that talent of yours, I reckon you could be amassed a small fortune by now. Could have been you sitting on the syndicate instead of Godbert. As if I'd ever want to be anything like that darn old half-dressed. Yeah, you know, a little half-dressed yourself there, buddy. At least you wear pants, though. I'll give him that. Didn't realize my memory was so sharp. Oh, jeepers, how did he get here too? As you can see, implicit memory is surprisingly comprehensive. From the clear skies and ocean waves down to the exact words of your conversation, everything appears to have been perfectly preserved. You weren't listening to that, were you? Every time someone gives you a good advice, you turn around and do the complete side and opposite. I used to like that rebellious streak of yours, but now I see you're just a bloody idiot. Honestly, I don't know what I ever saw in you. Oh, jeepers. Whatever it is you think you saw, it ain't as if I've changed since then. And you haven't either. I'm still as beautiful as the day we met. Whoa, hold on a minute. I ain't never said anything like that. I swear on me last mug of ale. Implicit memories, while quite comprehensive, are not always true to fact. In the case of painful or otherwise undesirable experiences, couldn't get that word out, they can be obfuscated to protect oneself from hard truths. Our perception of reality can also distort them as well, even when first committed to the mind. Then, as time passes, such distortions can grow. Happy memories become more joyous, sad ones all the more bitter. Explicit memory is particularly sensitive to the misrepresentations of events, for man is wont to remember what is most convenient of his worldview. That is why we seek our implicit, for there we are most like to find the truth. What is this? Just seems so out of place. The truth. Rora and me were only here for a week ago. Don't tell me my memory's that bleedin' unreliable. A self-imposed delusion, perhaps. As I said before, the mind has always concealed painful memories. All good, Sith. I'll be here. The upgrading will be grandido. You like this relic already? Easy for now. Good story. Your opinion? Looks nice as fuck. Cool. If you needed a level 70 24 man done, would have had them done on your alt ages ago. Sorry. Sounds. I don't know how to put it. I'm glad I don't technically have it all at the moment, though. I feel ya. I ain't feeling so well, if you'll excuse me. As you can see, these crystals allow us to choose specific points in a person's past to observe at will. Unlikely the echo, however, what we see will not always be as it really was. Yet there still remains the matter of finding one who has seen the replica weapon and their inscriptions. At the present juncture, we might as well be looking for a ghost. It might not be too, far of a thing to ask after the Gallian invasion of Bolgia. It was all but cut off from the world. None were allowed in or out, meaning all of its residents, and luckily any who have glimpsed the weapons, died when the citadel was destroyed. What about soldiers stationed there, who were away at the time of the incident? Even if we were able to find them, I doubt they could be persuaded to cooperate. Little echo hit. Sid? No, please, Lord Varus, no! You saw it too, my visions. They were not what has come to pass, but what has yet to be. Could it be the crystal allowed us to share my vision as well? Mikoto, Tomberry, are you two alright? Sid? Old Sid Garland, son of the monster behind the Meteor Project. Come to think of it, Yigiri mentioned, Yigiri talked? I didn't hear it. Mentioned that Doma and the Eorzean Alliance had been receiving support from Garland Ironworks. I thought that the company should use such a moniker mere happenstance. But you mean to say Sid Garland owns this company? Yep. The son of Midas non Garland lives? He must be summoned at once. If he was at the Citadel prior to its destruction, it's quite possible he may have seen the replicas. Fate is indeed a cruel mistress, pitting our hopes on a Garland. The guilt of that bastard Midas, no less. Is there truly no other way? This guy's name is, a nightmare. Basalagen, please. Very well. Only hope our fallen comrades can forgive us. Please bring us this Sid Garland for the people of Bolgia. For all of Isabar. A little much, but okay. You love Sanjay? Okay, give me just a moment. I hate to. I'm gonna make this very, very quick. I've got to take a very quick restroom break, and I'll be right back, and we'll jump right back into all this. Go grab a snack, go grab a drink. I'll be right back, though. It's pretty cool, Steven. That, it looks like it came from God Eater. I need to actually play that game one day. I feel like there's a long list of games I just literally need to break down and play one day. I want the one. Wow, there was a bunch of words that didn't come out right. I wonder what the grimoire looks like for the summoner. Hopefully it's a cool looking one. One of the cool things that I saw earlier, as far as like the actual, like if you have alt characters on the same server, it's actually pretty easy to get other or multiple items or relic weapons for them, which was pretty cool to hear and see. Oh, excuse me and sorry. Okay, let's keep this going. I do not imagine he sympathizes with our plight, but from what I gather, he has no love for the Empire either. If that will suffice in persuading him to aid us, then so be it. I hear there are engineers stationed at Rolger's Reach. Perhaps you can begin your search for Garland there. Rolger's Reach, eh? It's been a while. $2,000 poetics will get you 2 weapons. I mean, it's easy to have poetics too. If you're somebody like me, you literally just kind of like got that on deck. They drop like candy, literally. For real. Say, aren't you Tonberry, savior of Eorzea, liberator of all amigos, so on and so forth? The name's Lilja, newest recruit to the Ironworks. What can I do for you? Where's Sid? The chief. Too busy by half, according to Jesse. Between you and me, though, I think it's a load of... Hey, it's Jesse. Oh, do go on. A load of what? I was just saying a load off your shoulders. It must be knowing the chief is back from whatever he was doing. Speaking of whom, Tonberry said he wanted to speak with about him. What was it again? God's damn it, Alicia. You might be better than most, but you're a terrible listener. Would you mind starting again from the beginning? Well, shit's gone down and I need to talk to Sith. Sid. You're in mine, Sith. If you ever did try playing God Eater games, you'd be especially down to help when able. These sound interesting. What was the game that you were explaining canality to recently? Was it Code Vein? That people were saying that was a big canality overarch between God Eater and the two? I think it was. I could be wrong though. I see. Well, you just missed him. Sirius Wall is due for maintenance, and he had a mod to oversee it personally. That said, any matters concerning you are top priority. I'll see if I can reach him. Sounds good. The shades on this lady. I take it this is an average day for you. Must be hard, always having to put on a brave face as you thrust into danger, people tugging you this way and that, like some sort of errand boy. Well, you know, it is what it is. Not that we don't appreciate what you do for us, goodness knows I do. In fact, well, you see, I'm something of a fan. I knew that Ironworks worked with you on occasion, but I didn't think I'd have the chance to meet you in person. Can I shake your hand? Will ya? Sid being back took a load off my shoulders, not yours. Don't you have work to do? Right, work, duty calls. But hopefully, we'll meet again soon. Well, unless you're under note to all of this, hopefully I'll remember you. We'll see. Those shades are pretty rememberable. Chief says he'll meet you at the Doman Enclave. Not the most convenient of locations, but it'll have to do, I'm afraid. One more thing. The Boja incident is something of a sore spot for the Chief. Even if it was an accident, most people outside of the Empire remember it as a massacre. The Chief tried to put a stop to his father's experiment, but his pleas fell on deaf ears. Even now, he still blames himself for it all. I should try harder, he said. I could have saved him. I could have saved all of them. All that genius, and the man can't find a way to forgive himself. So if you're aiming to go digging through his past, be careful. I dread to think what demons he's got locked away in that brain of his. Ending connected it to God Eater. Okay, I was thinking it was Code Vein. Again, I've never actually played either one, so I was thinking that could have been it, though. She's tough as Magitech armor plating, when she wants to be. But her heart's in the right place. A shame she's always so busy. As are you, if I'm not mistaken. I won't keep you any longer. Best of luck. The Ironworks engineer is confused as to why you're still here and not at the Doman Enclave. The chief said he'd be meeting you at the Doman Enclave, didn't he? Well, best not keep him waiting. Master Garland, yes, I've seen him recently, pacing about the Enclave. If you wait here, I'm sure he'll come by before long. Howdy. It's hard to believe this place was, until recently, occupied by the Garleans. Doma. has a long way to go before it regains its former glory, but they're off to a good start. Yeah, I worked hard here, buddy. So I've heard. If the Bojans wish to follow the Domin's lead, I plan to do what I can to help them. In fact, I've already spoken to Lord Hien and agreed to divert part of the Ironworks resources to assist in the Domin's reconstruction. The offer seemed to have taken him by surprise, but I assured him that in addition to the Ironworks' commitment to freedom through technology, I have my own reasons to reverse the destruction wrought by the Empire. While it is true that I eventually decided I played no small part... Oh, defected, sorry. I played no small part in the development of the Magitech, now used by their military. Sometimes it's the threads you can't see that have the strongest ties. Would that I could cut them. And how did Lord Hien take your response? The Empire sins aren't yours to bear. Let's hit him with that one, you know, it's the truth. Even so, not a day goes by that I don't think about the part I played in the atrocities they committed. If I could have made my father see reason, there would have not been no Bojan incident. But I was powerless to stop him. Yes, you're right. There's a time for wallowing in self-pity and there's a time for action. I plan to do whatever I can for the Bojan resistance. But they're up against the 4th Legion. If they're to stand a chance, their allies here in the east won't be enough. They're going to need all the help they can muster. I'm not entirely sure what part I'll have to play in all of this, and I doubt anything I do now will be enough to atone for my past mistakes. But if it means throwing a spanner in the Empire's works, then count me in. I wish so much more of this was voice acted. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind to read it, but oh man, when you actually get to witness all this being voice acted, it is just you all know. Everybody that plays this game knows it is just so magnificent. It's one of the things I think I'm really excited for with Final Fantasy VII Remake this weekend. Already playing through the demo, knowing that so much of the game, like probably 90% if not more, is voice acted. Hopefully all of it is. I'm just so excited for that. It's like, I get to stream still and have fun with it, but it's also like taking a small break from reading a lot of content. I don't mind. I like to read it because I like to have that full immersive experience, much like everybody else, you know, and get this full story. The compelling, the ebb and pull, the good, the bad, the ugly, so to speak. And, you know, I really enjoy that, but sometimes it's a little nice to be able to take that small break. Upon speaking with Mikoto, several cutscenes will play in sequence. This is one of those moments. Okay, cutscene time means I'm about to read a lot. Buckle up, grab a snack, here we go. This is a very silent cutscene. If you're ready, I would begin our exploration. Think back to your time at Abuja Citadel. You needn't focus on a specific memory, if that helps. Alright, just promise me you'll be careful in there. Minato, a countdown? I don't know. Will I be doing it the day of, the not of, as soon as it pretty much comes out? Yeah. Countdown? I don't really know, but I'll be there, like, literally Thursday night. I've already, like, told Stacy, like, I'm not gonna be staying at her places late. I'm not really gonna be doing anything. I might even seclude myself to home all day to make sure I'm just here. But as soon as, like, 12 a.m. hits here in my area, it's already pre-downloaded on my PlayStation. As soon as it hits, I'm starting the stream and I'm playing. So it will be as soon as it comes out. As far as the countdown goes, probably not that far of anything, but I'm definitely going to be on here as soon as it drops. Again, I've already got my pre-download on. Like it literally, we're waiting. Thursday night, Friday morning, boom, it's time. And I'm guessing this is the Abuja Citadel, right? At least I think it was. Your recollection of this place appears grossly incomplete. I can but oh shit. Was everything distorted in your when you tested before this? Your recollection of this place appears grossly incomplete. I can but assume your memory is being warped by your subconscious. Well, I'd rather not stand around laboring over details. Let's look for the transmission tower in the Principa. Anything of import would have been stored there. Okay. But yeah, I'm probably not gonna do a countdown. I will be streaming as soon as the game comes out, though, for sure. Did you see that? A military base appeared out of thin air, or out of my mind, I suppose. Did it appear because he mentioned the Principia, I wonder? What in the world? Road, it just ends. A consequence of your incomplete memories. Did you think back, Sid? Where did this road lead? This all seems so absurd. Recalling the Citadel shouldn't be so difficult. Try recalling the cityscape. Do you remember where the Imperial troops were headed? I remember the blue of the cobblestone streets. If not, the occasional military installation. It would have looked like any other city. Not specifically, no, but they were on the edge of something to do with the Academy's research. Wait, I remember. We should be able to reach the Principa if we keep heading north. Principia. Look, there's another transmission tower. Or the transmission tower, sorry. The site of the Buncha incident. Damn it all, the road is cut off again. Come on, Sid. You have to remember. Sorry for the slight pause with all this. The text, it goes really quickly, and I'm kind of relying to this down here as far as the log. So, I'm watching that up there and watching this here, so bear with me. Sorry, Tomberry. Try as I might, my mind is drawing a blank. Maybe there's something around here that might jog my memory. You found smoldering remains of Magitek armor no doubt left after a fierce battle. How about some Magitek armors? I gotcha. Sorry, Tonberry. Try as I might. That wasn't enough. Okay. She sees something over here. Let us see what we can find. Battle-worn arms. Save for these weapons, there's not to be found here. Weapons and Magitech armor, right. The fighting had already started, and I was... Well done, Sid. Let us press onward. It's all starting to come back to me now. We must drive them out now. I think that's what that thing said. The tension in the air is palpable. Ah, right, the soldiers were on high alert that day. The Bulgarian resistance had infiltrated the Citadel to stop the Academy's experiments. Do you suppose it's possible we can tamper with this memory? A curious question, one to believe, worth investigating. Shall we? I see. The memory appears to be mending itself. Interesting. Altering memories is easier said than done, it seems. Well, let's keep going. Welcome back, Tim. Order some pizzas for the knot. That sounds good. I've actually thought about having pizza tonight as well for Din Din. Here we are, the Principia. Inside is the transmission tower. Pulled forward into something. What in the seven hells are these? Could they be the manifestation of your subconscious, if also seek to suppress your memories of the Citadel? Meaning they intend to purge us from your mind. We cannot let them. There's no end to them. We have to hold on, lest they succeed in erasing us from Sid's mind. Curious that we could defeat these, but not the soldiers earlier, perhaps because they are not truly part of his memory. We can worry about that later. Come on, we're nearly to the tower. Just a little further. Principia. Ooh, this song. Oh, yes. I've always loved this theme. Bahamut? Okay. I'm a summoner. I know Bahamut when I see him. Bahamut, this has to be another attempt by your subconscious to stop us. Please, Sid, you have to pull yourself together. Are we sure? I'm not suffering from a sudden onset of psychosis. Bahamut! I love a good Bahamut. If I altered Bahamut, this should be interesting. Being a summoner. I'm ready to do this. This is gonna be fun. Let's do it. I love that this theme is playing in the background as well. It's amazing. Gosh, look how substantially bigger this Bahamut is to the Bahamut that I summon. It's like twice the size of it. Oh, jeepers. We're almost there, not 10%. I wonder if it's the same font for like all classes, or if it's like altered to what you play as. Wouldn't that be interesting? The big boy arrives. Just wait till the next boss fight. The next boss fight? How many are they? Okay. Thank you. I feel better now. Perhaps now your subconscious will be more forthcoming with the truth of this memory. Sid, do you recall this happening? Father was so angry that day. Father, please, if you would just look over this data. Enough, damn you. The next time you question me, it shall be the last. Now leave. You of all people should understand the risk. Why do you refuse to see reason? Father was so angry. It's rather unlike him to overlook data, no matter the source. Look here, he left behind his research documents. You pick up the research documents and find a page after page of meticulous calculations and observational data on Delamon. Young Sid posits that the lesser moon may very well possess the ability to harness and manipulate solar power. Moreover, the vast stores of energy it has amassed over the millennia, should they be unleashed, would be far exceed any perimeter the transmission tower may have been designed to withstand. By the gods, this data the Empire would invite a calamity. So many sleepless nights spent on those damned papers, all for nothing. If my suspicion is correct, then he was already... Never mind. Let us press on. The truth awaits us. Looks like another boss battle really quick. I'm gonna switch over back to Ifrit. There they are, replicas of Gunnadir's blades. Gistrad, what up? What was the requirement? I know you had to complete Return to Ivalice. You gotta be level 80. And that's all I can think of for now. That's two of the most, like, prominent ones. You have to be caught up with the Return to Ivalice, and also be level 80. But other than that, I don't know. They're in Kugane, though, so hopefully that helps out as well. You gotta be level 80. And also Autumn level 470. Autumn level 470, gotta be level 80, and you have to have completed the Return to Ivalice raids. Just right. That's what I can think of. But yeah, those are the three main requirements I can think of at the moment. Again, you have to have the Return to Ivalice raids completed. You have to actually have level 80 and Autumn level 470. What's that return quest? Not sure. Oh, Return to Ivalice. The Return to Ivalice is like the raid tier where you had to do Rabbinaster, Readerana Lighthouse, and the what was the last one? The library. But yeah, the 24-man raids. Yes, that's it. But yeah, Readerana Lighthouse. It was Rabbinaster, Readerana Lighthouse, and gosh, now I forgot the other one. Either way, yes, the Return to Ivalice raids. You have to complete those. But yes, it was the 24-man raids from Stormblood. I feel like I'm like, what was the one I'm forgetting? Rabbinaster, Readerana Lighthouse. I can't remember now. It's okay. Know your place, Whelp. The Meteor Project will not be stopped. Certainly not by the likes of you. You only did the 2B? Didn't know they had more? You've been reading? Oh yeah, just tried, I think you can actually start all those. They may also be in Kugane, I can't remember, but yeah, you have to do the Return to Ivalice raids as well. There's like 3 24-man raids. And, I mean, they're a lot of fun. It may take a little bit of time, to get through them. But, yeah. Orabon Monastery, yes, that's, you gotta do Rabbinaster, Orabon Monastery, and Readerana Lighthouse. All 3 of those. Not in that order, but yeah, those are the 3. And thank you, Rez. But yeah, you gotta have those 3, be level 80, at least Autumn level 70, and it's pretty much the requirements from what I've looked into. Let's start this over. Know your place, whelp. The Meteor Project cannot, will not, be stopped, certainly not, by the likes of you. No. No, this is wrong. Empress Solace couldn't have been there. Oh, cheapers. He just shot Sid. No, please, Lord Varus, no! Sid, you mustn't forget, this is only a memory. He just turned into young Sid. Sid Garlon, bringer of ruin, herald of ash, your father must be proud. How does it feel to know such calamity follows in your wake, that your failings bring death to all you hold dear? I'll kick your memory's ass, Broomy. And now you would set this filth against me. Very well. But one fate awaits those who oppose the will of the Empire. This trauma is too much. He's lost control. Let me reset this thing just a tad bit. There we go. But this memory is false, Tonberry. Perhaps you can alter it with the echo. Think of your truest friends. Think of your strongest allies. Just got the Orobon on your ult now. Well, congrats for that at least, Riz. Ooh, all the sons! Very nice. That was always your greatest strength. Instilling in others the courage to rise up. The courage to fight for what's right. Oh, to fight for what's right. Makes more sense. I mean, it's literally all the signs. Yestola, Alfino, Alice, Ariange, Thancred. We're all here. But, Steven, again, you know, congrats. I mean, at least you can, you know, get with all that with your all. Hopefully it won't be too bad or too hard. I think Thancred's pulling tank on this one. I like how it basically shows you the mechanics for this. Like, I know that, that after this, you can actually do this with, like, other people. So it's kind of exciting. It kind of, like, it's like a tutorial to when you actually have to do this with other people. Love this part. It's pretty fun so far.
I will not hold back.
You dare defy me? I don't really know what I've got to do here. BTS worms, there'll be naught left of you but ash. By thy leave. Thank you, Ariange.
I'll handle the heat.
Makes me wish we had like an LB3 right now or something like that. Some sort of limit break. Empire cannot, must not. Duty complete, nice. That was a lot of fun. It's really cool to actually have all the Scions there as well. It's a little bit different, but definitely a lot of fun. This isn't right. Either Emperor Lord Varus, he wasn't there. The Academy was given full charge of the project. And give me just a moment, I'll be right back and we'll finish this up. I gotta take a very quick restroom break. Go grab a snack. I gotta say, you know, like, so far I'm heavily impressed with the story they actually did with this, compared to, like, everything they did with the last Relic weapon stuff. I know it's still the beginning, but the story just seems so much more thick, so much more, I don't know, it just seems so good. Need to try the trial version before 80 gear for all the classes. Yeah, I want to try the trial version. I'll actually want to do it, like, right after this. I bet the trial's fun. Though these events are as you remember them, this is not the truth. I thought it seems like, why would you say that? Like, it would, never mind. I'm not gonna question it, but it feels like it would be, though these events aren't as you remember them, and this isn't the truth. Seems like an easier way to say it, but whatever. I'll start over. Though these events are as you remember them, this is not the truth, not entirely. Whoever this is, your mind has been trying to project you from. I'm guessing it maybe wasn't him, but his father Midas, maybe? Well, if it isn't Midas, then who in the hells is it? What could I possibly have to do? Have to hide from myself? Now I'm very confused. So I was right. So it was you who pulled the trigger. Father? Sid, look, his eyes. Is he crying? A little tear action, maybe? No! Possessed. No, he can't be. If contact with Elmond was able to stir Bahamut to consciousness, it stands to reason the Dreadborn discovered a way to link to the tower and thereby enslave your father. In which case, there was nothing that could be done for him. There is no arguing or reasoning with such individuals. There is only the will of the Primal. And if Bahamut was controlling your father at the time of the accident, then in all likelihood, it wasn't an accident. Gives motivation outside of just a better weapon. Tempered. It makes sense, and tempered also makes sense. And so the truth finally comes to light. Oh wow, they are stoked. I feel like we didn't learn as much as we wanted to, but okay. Bahamut's thrall was no one. Oh, and no one was the Wazir. Not even your own son. Interesting. You crazy bastards did it! Once Mikoto's described the inscriptions to me, we'll have those weapons forged in no time. On behalf of the Bojin Resistance, you have my deepest thanks. I'm just glad I could help. Ever since that fateful day, the truth of what befell our loved ones has eluded us. I held the Empire and your father responsible for the part in the tragedy, and for many years, that hatred was all that kept me going. Indeed, I was blinded by that hatred. So much so that even you appeared to me as an enemy. I could not see the blood, sweat, and tears you have poured into the bettering the lives of those seeking freedom from the Empire. I could only see a Garlean, and for that, I am sorry. If you can forgive me, let us be allies, united against a common foe. Come now, I'm the one who should be apologizing. I'll just go with it. I should be the one apologizing to you, which is the way that should have been said, but it didn't. After all my father and the Empire did, even if not of their own volition. Their crimes will never be forgotten. I'd hazard even victory over the Empire won't even be enough to ease such pain. And even now that I know the truth behind the Bush incident, it's all it's done is make me question the choices that led me here to this moment. But regardless of the past, we have to keep pressing forward one step at a time for freedom. Just as the heroes of Eld would have done, we Bujans grew up on such tales of peerless warriors, pure of heart and unwavering in their conviction. Yet here we are, so full of doubt and uncertainty. Will we ever earn our place in the pages of history? Cheer up, Bashadan. If we live long enough, perhaps we'll be the ones to pin them. I might have to finish it up in the morning. I feel ya. It is getting rather late. Honestly, didn't expect all this to be so long either, honestly. And I've been actually really had a lot of fun with it. It's been a really good story so far. And hitting up nostalgic yet prominent moments at the exact same time. It's just, I don't know. They did a good job with this Relic weapon story and quest so far. And I cannot wait for the future of it already. You say the crystal focus is no longer responsive. It would appear that what stores of ether resided within it have been depleted. I did not expect our exploration of your mind to be such a taxing endeavor. Once I identify its etheric affinity and a power source with a compliant energy frequency, and confidence reserves can be replenished. I thought perhaps the Alliance could use it to extract information from some of the less cooperative Garlean captives, but nothing's ever that easy, is it? I'm afraid aetherology is beyond the scope of my expertise, so I'll leave the rest to you, and if you need anything, don't hesitate to call for me. Thank you for all your help, Master said. Well, I'd better get back. I've a mountain of work waiting for me. Don't make it an Everest. Before you go. If you ever feel lost, you can always talk to me. Of course, if I run in any ether-related problems, you'll be the first to know. Right, I really must get to work on the crystal focus. Everything is at last in place to begin work on the weapons of Queen Guinevere guard. Master Gerald will be able to appease you of any further progress in their forging. In the meantime, we will begin preparations for battle. I'll look forward to seeing you on the front lines. Attuning to all the Ethernet shards in the Dominant Enclave will now unlock Grangos as an Ethernet destination, which I've done already, thankfully. I couldn't imagine being behind on that content. Meanwhile, in Varonain in Dalmasca. Oh, wow. Okay. And meanwhile, what's going down? What's happening? Our spies at the Grangos encampment have confirmed work on the blades of Gundir is underway. They are welcome to them. Who has a need of such trinkets when the Lady of Blades will soon be in play? No von comprehend. Ooh. This is interesting. We will proceed as planned when their forces reach Bonja. You know what must be done. Understood. Minias Rem Lanatus. Gabranthir just reminds me of old judges from back in the day in the Final Fantasy XII era. The Empire is fated to fall, but in its place a nation shall arise, grander and mightier than anything the Garleans could have ever dreamed. And it shall be made possible by the very power they arbor. On the edge of memory. That was, Sidception. Okay, that was a good name, good achievement. That was a lot of fun as well, though. Riz. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. You're here, good, ready to get working on the resistance weapon, lad. Please note that upon completing the quest of Fire in the Forge, you will receive a resistance weapon for a summoner. Looks ready to fire upon his forge. He liked the name Resistance Weapon. It crossed my mind to call it Guinevere's Blades, but after talking with Messija, we figured it'd be too confusing, seeing as it's also the name of the Queen's Guard. Any road, your timing couldn't be better before we get to working on the in earnest. I was hoping we could you could tell me a bit more about what went on in Sid's noggin. I've heard a fair bit from Mikoto, but I'd like to know if you saw any different. Well, we fought Bahamut and Varus. Sounds like I was right to ask you before setting to work. Seems to me those fancy markings in the weapons are mainly for show. I can copy them, but that won't be enough. Like as not, they were carved into the hilts as well. And to make sure the spell can take hold, you'd need to finish with fine powder. What's conductive to ether? the material like that, I reckon you'd need to consult with alchemist Radzat. And I can only think of one person with the close contacts there. Rowena? Oh gods, you don't mean. Or Rowena, but aye. The demonessa coin. But not to worry, lad. Just so happens she's been keeping a steady shipment of supplies here on contract. If we say we need powder for the resistance, might be as we can convince her to waive the cost. She ain't usually the one to do business for charity, I know, but it's worth a try, eh? I'll see about getting in touch with her, and after I do, you can go and meet with her and figure out the rest. Well, you don't expect me to go and meet with her, do you? Working on the resistance weapons kept me too busy by half and drink here. I mean, what was your name again? Zlatan, Master Gerald. My name is Zlatan. But more importantly, what if Mistress Rowena, or Rowena, doesn't agree to a charitable contribution to our cause? I'm sure if you, a Bajarin, or Bajarin, ask her nicely, she might come round. But never mind that. We've important work to do. As for where to find Rowena, for she left Grankos, she said she'd be stopping over by Kugani on business. How's about I have her meet you at the Mineko Tea House? If we're lucky, a nice cup of tea will brighten her mood. Kugani, eh? That was your action to the ending too? It is really cool to actually have all that stuff though. And kind of funny to have similar reactions as well. I really do think I'm going to enjoy this, though. A little bit more than what I did all the other Relic weapon stuff that I've actually been apparent to. The meld slots do sound very nice, though. 5 meld slots. That's very interesting. I wonder how close it is, though. We'll see. I was wondering when you'd show up. Geralt told me everything. What up, Rowena? Or Rowena? And lucky for you, my business here was at the Thovnalarian consulate here. Here you are. This should be enough powder for one of those resistance weapons you're forging. I've got to hand it to Geralt. Seems he spends half of his time getting deeper in debt and the other half affording payment. Fine by me though. Thanks to his scheming, I have a little bit more leverage over the resistance and, by extension, him as well. Gonna head off for the night. I feel you, Tim. You have a great night, evening, and morning, and such as well there. Tim, so glad you could pop in. Thank you so much for the the bits and the subscription and membership on Twitch and YouTube. Definitely appreciate everything that you've done tonight. Thank you for all your contribution. Hopefully you have a great night, Tim. Can't wait till next time. And I feel you as far as everything else, Steven. Thank you so much for watching tonight, and hopefully you have a great night. And then until next time as well, I'll be streaming Final Fantasy XIV all week, and this weekend I'll be doing some Final Fantasy VII Remake, and hopefully both of you can make it to that as well. I'm going to be a lot earlier all throughout the week, and definitely Thursday/Friday, as soon as Final Fantasy VII Remake drops and I'm able to play it, I'm going to be here, and hopefully you can make it to that. But again, thank you both so much for watching, and for all the help, and again, Tim, for all the contribution from Twitch and YouTube and everything, past, present, future, all of it. Thank you so much, but have a great night. Pass along a message from Geralt and Bajajin for me, won't you? If they require more material for the weapons, I'd be more than happy to supply them, for a fee, of course. Same goes for you. I know you adventuring types are always looking to be prepared for any sort of encounter, so if you're thinking of forging another of these resistance weapons, and I suspect you are, you know where to go. I see to it my girls in Revenant's Toll and Edelshard keep their shelves stocked. Until next time. See you, lady. Oh yeah, those, needless to say, those jump scares definitely got me. Those sounds that, over on Twitch and YouTube with a few of those, I haven't completely got myself accustomed to hearing, so when I hear them, sometimes I'm a little jumpy. Especially when I'm really into what's going on in the stream. Gungus. I like that you can actually just travel there from the Dominant Clave like that. It's really awesome. Which, you know, in assuming all things, I'm guessing that is another huge requirement, just try if you're still here, that the Dominant Clave, you know, maybe not along the way. I know that you could actually take a airship pilot here, but it just seems like a big advancement, so to speak, that would actually help you a lot in this as well. The weapon is nearly finished on Berry, just needs a nice coating with that powder to finish the inscription. Of course, she bloody found what we needed. As much as I hate fattening her purse with another man's coin, at least now we can do our part for the resistance. A lot of hammering for a book. Ooh. Looks nice. Feast your eyes on some of the finest work to date. Best of all, the inscription will react to your ether. A right fine weapon to rally the Bungeon. Espiritus, I reckon, couldn't dare be proud. That I should behold the glory of this fabled blade's board anew? Hope is not yet lost. All our day's work for ye old Pad Geralt. Of course, this is only the beginning. Your skills with a hammer? were truly a sight to behold, Master Geralt. And to see Tomberry wielding one of their holy blades thus, it is as if I stand before one of the heroes of Eld. When the time comes to do battle with the Empire, our brothers in arms will look upon you and know courage. On behalf of the Belgian Resistance, I offer you my humblest thanks for your aid thus far. I'd love to start fresh on another weapon, but I had to use every last morsel of the powder on that one. Meaning, we would find ourselves indebted further to Mistress Rowena, were we to acquire more. I must consult Bajal's Basalogen before we proceed further. Looks like we're taking a short break then, eh? If you find yourself wanting for another weapon, come and speak with me helper here. I think I've earned myself a nice big flagon of ale tonight to celebrate the fortune, of course. Drink up, buddy. Very nice. 485, level 80. Oh man, 5 slots. I just wonder what I could do with this. A repeatable quest is now available from Dalthan at Granos. This quest may be accepted to create resistance weapons for other jobs. Please ensure you have changed your desired job before speaking with Zartan. Furthermore, the Tavarian scale powder can be purchased from Oriana at the Revenant's Toll or Hisminas in Edelshire. Nice little achievement there. Let's see if I can get the critical hit and direct hit materia. Shatters. Awesome, got one of them at least. Got the new weapon. Let's give it a little check ski. Why not? I would like to be in better light. Looks like it has that summoner's horn to it though, which is really nice. I'm actually going to come back here very soon. Give me just a moment. I'm gonna actually travel to Yulmore and actually do a little check ski, and a little weaponry in a materia advancement with things. Give me just a moment. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a very quick restroom break. Okay, good deal. Good deal. Let's get a little meld action going on. Baja Blast. That's funny, zombie. Oddly enough, it fits. Okay, let's see what I can actually put on this guy. Okay, I can do a critical hit. I can actually, I think, do 2 critical hit, spell speed, and direct hit. And I think that's actually a good call. So let's just at least get a few of these. I've got enough critical hit. Let's just get a direct hit. Just for the sake of it all. Then a spell speed. 2 of them, actually. And I think that actually should do the trick, which is, it should be just enough. Espiritus. We could do 1 more, I think, as well. Yes. Then, we can do a direct hit. You can actually do double direct hit. Then a spell speed on top of it. It's really nice. Awesome. That's very good. Got a double crit, double direct hit, and then a spell speed on top of that. It is very nice so far, so to speak. And I actually want to travel back. Anybody actually want to try to do the trial really quick? I think that'd be a lot of fun. Took a lot longer than what I thought it was going to. Thought I'd never ask. Sounds like some fun res. Wandering Domaturg. Tonberry, why? I should find you here of all places, though I suppose that it's only right considering I followed you. My well of inspiration has run dry, you see, and it is my hope that a change of scenery might offer the impetuous my work requires. And time again you have proven a knack for finding fascinating locales with equally fascinating stories unfolding soon after. When such a tale finally does unfold, I should very much like to hear it. Battle fought in the mind of dear companions. How thrilling, how compelling. Please, tell me more. Well, there's not much more to tell, but it was pretty damn crazy. A specter of the late Emperor Varus. I suppose even a figment of one's memory, assuming sufficient creative liberties are taken, can prove as fearsome as a man of flesh and blood. Admittedly, I cannot claim to have witnessed his prowess firsthand, but who has not heard tales of his savagery, his unparalleled might? Yes, I do believe inspiration has struck my friend. The brutal battle of words which preceded a nightmarish clash twixt the Emperor and the realm's great liberator. You would dare approach me thus, Lord Varus scoffed. Where men of greater strength than mine, both would flee. You dare commit to such folly? To which the liberator coolly replied, how else am I to smite thee, save approaching? An admirable attempt. If I were still learning my letters, perhaps. It seems my prose yet wants for inspiration. Might you humor me with a more detailed account of your confrontation? I require more of a vivid picture if I am to do justice to your depths or deeds. Wakey wakey, zombie! Idols earned in Memora Misera. Extreme can be exchanged for gear and other items by speaking with Quintana and Revenant Stoll. Thoughts me to call her Quintana. Where do you even find this? No, for real, like, I get this, but where do you actually start? Is it in high and duty? Ah, it is. Oh, wow. Do we gotta, like, party fund this thing? I don't really know. Do we gotta use Party Fonder? Zombie, before we even attempt this, would you want to jump into it? If not, I totally understand. If so, it'd be cool. You know, it's up to you. But if not, I know, I mean, it sounds like you're pretty tired. And if you don't want to jump in on it, like I said, I totally understand. Chris and I can try to do what we can with it all. And yeah, I'm not really sure if I should party fund this or just attempt it. I don't know. I've not done this before. I feel like we could just maybe attempt it, but it seems like party funder-esque kind of thing. It's basically an extreme trial. You see some party finder groups. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay, I'll go ahead and start the party finder then, I suppose. You'll watch for now. Pretty tired and your head hurts. Well, I hope your head starts to feel better. And I totally understand. In the meantime, I think I'll go ahead and try to get this beast drop quest stuff out of the way. It would be insane. I mean, it's filling up quick. So that's exciting. Just trying to quickly get this out of the way. Is it a little sad that I find it sad that somebody just immediately jumped in on this? It's like basically still kind of like day one, and somebody that just joined our party just asked if there was a video on this, and it made me sad. It makes me feel like people don't like to have their own implementation on anything anymore. Sorry. I don't know why it hit me like that, but it definitely did. Just made me really sad. It looks like we're waiting on one healer, and we are good. People don't want to be embarrassed when they die. I wish it was like daylight so I could actually see the summoner one a little bit better, but I feel you. These relic weapons, they seem pretty nice so far. Make sure everybody's ready. We got a full party here. That sounds cool, zombie. Get in the dummy? Okay. Let's see what it holds for us. Hopefully we can get cleared not one. That'd be really awesome. I don't know what to expect though, so bear with me here. From what I've read, it's the same thought, just no NPCs, all characters, or not characters, but all players, but we'll see. It's a little sad to know there's a little bit lack of things with Dancer. I'm sure there'll be more as time goes on. They're still kind of fresh for the game, so to speak. I'm sure more will get added eventually. It's probably the same with Gunbreaker. What is it like random Final Fantasy VIII glam, that is? Why is this a thing already? We just started and there's a what? I feel like some streamer made something. They're just like, have your cardinals, and I'm already just not into it. Sadly. Sometimes it's okay, but sometimes it's just a little annoying. Hopefully it goes well. I just feel like part of this is just... part of it's not going to be that necessary, and part of it's just going to be a little bit just... somebody's video. I don't know. I usually hate watching walkthroughs because of stuff like this. It's more make walkthrough people just have hate mail. We'll see how it goes. I do know that I'm in Cardinal 1, and I'm taking the south. I'm slightly a little surprised that they actually made this an extreme trial. I feel like that was more of an incentive to get more people into it. More people like to run the extreme trial, so to speak, so, I mean, it makes sense. Rather than do, like, a random elite, content that only a handful of people will, we're all literally dead. I hate to say it, but I feel like that was a tank flaw, not an us flaw. Okay, hopefully this run goes better. Leroy Jenkins! I'm going down. I feel like it is just already so off from where it needs to be. Yeah, these two tanks, like, yeah. Literally, as I live and breathe from what I felt.
I'm supposed to be on 1, but 2 has nobody over here. We're getting a little bit as far as DPS goes. And I feel like there's just a little bit of like uniformity. I feel like this fight isn't probably that hard, just the uniformity that has to be met within it. Doesn't help that some people are literally relying on random fucking YouTube fucking videos. I feel like that strongly, honestly. Jeepers. God damn it. Oh, what the fuck are the healers doing right now as well? Okay, I mean, maybe we're all just as blind as I am to this. I don't know. I don't know. Gonna be more deaths here. I mean, obviously. Like, the ratio of hill to tank right now is just, like, so bad. I did hit fresh start, so, I mean, it's a lot of it's just, like, trying new to this whole, you know, experience, so there is that. What the fuck was that? For real. Okay. God, say it, D? Like, for real? I'm like at D and I am dead. So, like, for proof, D, dead. Even people are on. We have fucking letters. Who needs True North? Hopefully much better. Oh, wow. Like, the fuck? I feel like a lot of this is like a fucking tank thing. Oh my fucking god. Supposed to be in one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Like, same boat still. Like, so much of this is just so unorthodox. I hate that it makes me even slightly salty, but like, I feel like part of this isn't that hard, it's just uniformity, and so much of the people here are just doing fucking random shit, not doing anything uniform. I didn't even fucking watch the video like a lot of these people probably have. It just makes it that much more annoying. Really. Okay. Healers are no good at all either. Like, everybody just died there. Yeah, there we go. Some like hill stuff. Yeah. Calling out healers right now in the chat. Hopefully this is better. I'm gonna end up actually having to call it pretty soon as well. Getting very, very tired and hungry. Oh, wow. There's like nobody fucking stacking. Well, it's all of us dead right there. Oh wow, oh, it's a lot for... okay. That's so annoying. We're almost there. 6%. And we done. Oh my god, it was so fucking close. Give me just a minute, I'll be right back. That was very close and very good. Gotta love some peanut M&Ms. They make you feel good. Hopefully we can do this. I feel like last time was a good indication. What are these movements some of these people are doing? I was trying to caught there for a little bit, but it just, I died and they didn't. The sense it makes. Again, right there with the last. That what is even have the positioning? And what? Oh god damn it! Okay, we may not get the clear tonight, which will be okay. If we're not in that time, I'm not going to do this again. What I'll do is actually try to hit up the roulette for the night and finish out the Beast Tribe quest stuff that I haven't actually done. But yeah, we'll try to get back on some of this tomorrow. The fuck, for real? Our tanks and healers, it just seems like our tanks aren't, their positions are just bad, and our healers just don't know how to heal. Like, I don't know any other explanation. Like, that one was just like bad positioning, he died. Like, I felt like he overlapped somebody that he shouldn't overlap. Like, my god. I just earnestly do not feel like this is that hard of a trial. I haven't finished it, but just running through it, it's very tank healer prominent, and I feel like we haven't had the necessary leaders, so to speak, to do so. I mean, obviously, I'm fucking sitting here dead still. Both healers are about to be dead. They're both dead, yeah. Yeah. Again, to my previous current statement, I feel like this isn't that hard. A lot of heal check and tank check, but it's well, you can see. I wish I could just skip this. Don't you? I mean, oh man. half the problem is just these people that think they just know things or something. Like this. Gotta stand behind him. He slashes twice and then moves in the front because he will slash what's behind him. Gonna try to keep a focus with your res, and I mean we should both have some of the some similarities to what we gotta run. I still feel like a lot of this is on our tanks and healers here. Like they're immediately already just like adding more shit now. I just don't feel like this fight is that complicated. Like I need to maybe even watch an extreme thing before I say too much. I mean I don't like to. Most of the time I just like to figure it out, but I just feel like this is a fight that's not that bad, and it's just being excruciatingly drug out so bad because people wanted like so many mechanics that they've seen through walkthrough videos to be just so apparent, which is it makes me cringe so bad. I'm gonna catch you though. Does not work. Fucking cutting. Worked out a lot better that time. Oh yeah, I'm dead. Not even dead, I am whatever the fuck this is. Oh yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. We're not gonna make it. Oh yeah, I was alive for like 4 seconds. Amazing. Okay. Riz, honestly, I feel like we're just like so off. Period. Like, I want to do this fight so bad. I don't know if we're gonna get the clear tonight though. Regretfully. We literally just started. My fucking gun. Oh, wow. Okay. The fuck. If this really is the end, I'm not gonna even try to find another party for the night. It's so late and I'm so tired, honestly. I'm just literally gonna call it here. Yeah, that's the case. So what I'm gonna do is actually just finish up here. I'm gonna switch to the Gunbreaker. And, you know, hopefully you can actually help me out tomorrow. Riz, if you don't want to, I understand. If you want to, awesome. What I'm gonna do though is actually finish up here as the Gunbreaker. Finish up the Beach Tribe quest for the night, and I'm gonna call it for the night as far as all of this nonsense is going with this for the first time. I agree, Rez. After that, it went so downhill. But hopefully you can catch me tomorrow again. I'll be doing a little bit more of that stuff as far as everything goes. But yeah, hopefully all that'll go better. awesome. Try to wrap these beach trap quests up really quick. You know, I think now might be the best just time to do it, to be honest with you. I'm so tired. I want to actually do this next part, but I'm literally that tired, so I'm gonna have to just call it. Thank you so much for watching. All the support tonight from YouTube and Twitch, the bits, the membership, and the subscriptions, I definitely appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. And everybody that follows on YouTube and everything there, as well as for the subscriptions and everything else, I definitely thank you so much. And hopefully you can catch me next time. If you have a preference with some of this stuff, hit me up. You can get onto the wall of appreciation with all the past, present, and future people who have done so. And again, thank you so much for watching. But I'm just so tired, and hopefully you can catch me tomorrow as well. We'll be streaming. But again, I've got to get out of here. I'm so very tired. So until next time, everybody, definitely take it easy, have fun. But yeah, I'm out of here. It's been a lot of fun, and thank you again so much for watching. But until then, until next weekend or the weekend after, see Space Cowboy, I'm out here, and thank you so much for watching. It's been a lot of fun, a great pleasure for sure. But until then, until next time, I'm out of here. Good night, everybody.